Hello, welcome to this new tutorial. So today we are going to discuss about the interfaces. So in the last video we discussed about the abstract classes in Java. So today we are going to discuss about the interfaces. So what are the interfaces and what's their purpose in Java? So the main purpose for interfaces in Java is to achieve abstraction, or basically to hide the implementation details from the user of this interface. That's the main purpose. So that the end user, whoever want to use this interface, they don't know how this functionality is implemented, but they have an interface they can use in their systems without worrying about the internal details of the implementations. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to discuss it with the help of an example. So let's assume that you want to upload a file to a server. So we're just going to take a couple of different situations here. So let's say you want to upload a file, and that file is Excel file. You want to upload that to server. You also want to upload a Word document. This is another type of file. You also want to upload an image file to the server. So you see, we have different types of files, and there could be different implementers how you upload these different kind of files to the server. So there will be differences in the implementation if you want to upload a image files versus any other simple file. But for this example, we are assuming that the logic for uploading a Word document is different than the logic for an Excel file. So we're just trying to show how these different implementations can be done for the same interface. So if you think, although all of these three different things which we are trying to do, they have a common thing, they upload the file. So what we're going to do is, we're going to do it with the help of example. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an interface actually here. So let's say you can call it usually I give the name starting with I, so I can say upload file. That's my interface. I mean interface, that's the thing, and upload file. And here I want to just say it's an interface, so just click this one. So you see this one, it declared interface called public interface I file upload. And what we want to do here is we want to define a method. We want to say, let's say, just we upload, and this upload method just takes a file. The file could be of anything. It could be a Word document, could be an Excel file, could be an JPEG image file, and let's say this returns some kind of boolean that file upload is successful or not. So we have to import this one here. Simple enough. So this is the interface we have. So we call it I upload file, and there is only one method, and this method is abstract. And we don't have to really say abstract here because by default all the methods in the interface are abstract. Starting with Java 8, you can also provide methods in the interface called a default method. So you can provide implementation for certain methods, but we are not we probably discuss that later in the end when we have some time. But this is the interface. So we declare, so we have one method upload and takes one argument. So now what we are going to do is we are going to implement this interface, and we will have different implementations. So let's say I want to create a class. I want to say I call it just upload Word document. Simple. I want to just call this and this is going to implement the interface. So I'm going to just add this interface here. It's called I upload. Yeah, I upload file. Click OK. You see my class, public class upload Word document. It implements this interface, and it automatically put this method here. It put the stub of this method, or skeleton of this method. Now we have to do this implementation. So I'm just going to write here simple. I'm saying uploading Word document to server. Simple. And let's say it return by default, but we say, let's say, we put all our logic here, and based on so this right now I'm just doing it minimal, so I'm just trying to show that, but there will be all the logic will go here, then at the end you return either true or false. So this is one, and I'm going to do another one. Let's say upload, I say Excel file, upload Excel file, or document. Actually, upload Excel. No, just say Excel file. That's fine. And upload this interface. Okay. Simple here again. Uploading Excel file to server. Let's say we return false for whatever reasons. So now third one is we want to do, let's say, upload image file. Again, same interface. Again, I'm just going to put a message here just to show it. Uploading an image file to server, and let's say we turn to true here. So assuming everything went fine. So you see we have three different implementations for the same interface. Now let's say we want to go into the main method, and what we want to do is here, let's say we can create a so I upload file equal to, so I'm going to create a new instance of the upload Word document, and you see I create a new object of the Word document, but I assign this object to a reference of this I upload file, which is an interface, and I can do, because this class implements this interface, so you can do that one. And I'm just going to print here now values. Let's see what happens. So it should say okay, file being uploaded, let's say what comes. So it should be, we say okay. So another thing we have to do is, because this file to, because this method requires an argument, so I'm just going to create a dummy kind of file class here. So now we want to call this method here file, and you call the upload method here, and it takes a file and say file to upload. So this is just dummy file. I put it here because I need some kind of file which I want to upload, so I should have the availability of that file. So I just put a dummy here to call it. I'm going to copy this same code again because I have three different implementations. So go here. So this one here I want to call file 1 now, and instead of Word document I want to call it Excel file. Okay, we don't need this one here, we can take it out, so we can still reuse the same one, because so, but instead of calling it on a file, now we want to call it a file 1, because file 1 is an instance of this upload Excel file, so we're calling that one. We can take this again from here, and it should call file 2, but this would be an instance of the upload image file, and we call it file 2, so I have to call it file 2 here. So you can see here what I did is, I have three different implementations of the same interface. This is the interface. It has one method upload, and all these classes 1, 2, and 3, all of them are implementing the same interface, but they have their own different implementation. They are not the same, they're different implementations. And what I'm trying to do is, I'm just trying to see, I'm trying to run it now, and what will happen is, when you call this file.upload, it will call the upload method which is from this object. For this one, it will call the upload method from the Excel object. For this, it will call from the upload image file. So let's see, run it. Okay, so its first one says uploading Word document to server, because the first one is this one, file being uploaded is equal to true. Okay, because it returns the true. Okay, okay, so this wording is coming from the object itself, and this the wording is coming, it is returning true from, it come from here actually, true. Next one, uploading Excel file, uploading image file. So you see there are different implementations, and all of them are returning the different stuff for this one. So
There are other few other things you can do with the interfaces. So starting with the Java 8. Um, so right now, this interface has only one method, and this is abstract method really, because it doesn't have any implementation. So you don't have to really say abstract, because by default we all methods in a interface are abstract. But starting with Java 8, you can also declare a diff method with the implementation in the interface. So let's say, we want to say some method like, print something. System dot out dot print, and okay, this is printed from default method in interface. So what happens, we have this default, so we have to put this default here in the beginning of this one. So you could have a default method in the interface, and the purpose of this method was basically, if you want to add any additional functionality to this interface in the future, uh, it, then the problem is you can't just add a new method here, because whoever is implementing your interface, they have to change their implementations and have to implement that new method. So in order to avoid those kind of stuff, so they introduced this concept of called default method. So if you have something which you really want to pass down to the all the implementing classes, you can put it as part of this method. So we're going to call this method in a minute on those implementation. But other thing you can do is, you can also declare some variables here actually, let's say, let's say, uh, I don't know, company is equal to ABC, and this variable, and by default all the variables which you declare in a interface are public static final in nature. So you don't have to specifically, I think, say this, public, even, you can just say string this. So it's by default is public final static variable. Same thing with this one, you don't have to say, anything is a public method here. But for this default method, you have to specifically say default method. So let's try to call this method here in one of the classes. We can go to the main class here, and let's call this method here. So we can see also system dot or dot println, and let's say we call it, let's say file dot print something, we just call this method here. Okay, okay, so we call this method here, and oh, the problem with this one is this method doesn't return anything. So we can just say, not we can just say, string, and we can just say, doesn't matter actually. So we can just say string here. Just so the problem is with the not the with the method, but my println statement, because this println statement always expect that it will return some kind of thing here. So let's see. So if I run it here, so this is printed from default method interface. That's what is coming from this line actually. So the idea is you can, in the even if your interface has been implemented hundreds or thousands of other people, and you want to really add something to that interface, the best place for that one is use that particular make use of this default method here. You can put functionality and still pass on that functionality down to the all the implementing classes. So this interfaces and abstract classes are very similar. They have only few differences, but I think interfaces are more cleaner than the abstract classes, but depending upon the situation or your project, you could either choose one over the other. And other thing is, the interfaces basically these are the one which provides multiple inheritance. So one class, right now is implementing one interface, but it could also implement some other interface too, some other interface if it's there. So it can do multiple interfaces, another interface, it can do keep doing like this one. So that's another beauty of this one. It is used to achieve the multiple inheritance in Java. You can't do that with the help of abstract classes because your class can only extend one class. But here you can implement multiple interfaces. So, but the thing is, if you implement multiple interfaces, you have to implement all the methods of that, all of those interfaces within your class here actually. So this is just one way of achieving this abstraction in Java, and it's a matter of just choice if you want to choose abstract classes or you want to choose interfaces. But usually the interfaces are more cleaner and easier to extend and or achieve multiple inheritance. So hope you like this video. Please consider to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and otherwise I will see you in the next video. Thank you.